Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more FIFA 20 Career Mode rebuilds here today on the channel. If you want to see more rebuilds like this, the best thing you guys can do is to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions, and feel free to leave a dislike. The main objective of my FIFA 20 Career Mode rebuilds is to win as much silverware as possible on ultimate difficulty, with an emphasis on transfers and tactics to win at all means against the top European sides, our rivals, and getting to finals, with the main objective of winning the Uefa Champions League. Also got to give a huge shout out to Mr. Rebuild himself, Jared HD. I've made the decision from now on that all my FIFA Career Mode rebuilds will be a culmination of my episodically released Career Mode series. A bit of a montage, if you will, so we can have the best of both worlds. Hour-long Career Mode content and episodically released videos. Now, understandably, this style of edited rebuild will have some slight continuity errors within my commentary, calling things episodes and asking for signings and feedback when the series is already concluded. But apart from that, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this hour-long Career Mode series, and I have more to come. So for the people that have been crying out for a realistic Career Mode, this is it. We're playing on one of the best FIFA PC mods available. This adds such a hard difficulty to the game, and it also adds an additional realism aspect. And with Chelsea's transfer ban in real life, we're not allowed to sign any players in the August, July and January transfer window. It's going to be up to my tactics and team selection. So if you want to see more realistic career modes on Fiverr's mod, let me know in the comment section down below. In today's episode, I plan to have 3 matches. The opening match of the season against Manchester United. Then we face Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool in the Super Cup. Then we face Leicester. So throughout this season, I'm going to be playing a 4-3-3. I think this is my best starting lineup. Abraham, Willian, Pulisic, Mason Mount, Kante, Jorginho, Aspilicueta, Christensen, Rudiger, Alonso, Kepa and goal, Giroud, Hudson-Odoi, Pedro, Barkley, Kovacic, Zuma and Cavallero on the bench. I'm not going to be bringing anyone back from their loan. I reckon this is going to be the squad we're going to be playing with this season. 4-3-3, I quite like my defense to be pressure on a heavy touch, and I like to play possession-based, counter-attacking football. When we're in offense, I like to be sort of like Jurgen Klopp. I like to play a high-octane gegenpress. I think that works best for me and FIFA. Not sort of exactly like Frank Lampard's Chelsea, but counter-attacking football, especially with my wide wingers. I can't recommend this enough, guys. The way I personally like to play is I like to have cut inside and get in behind with my wingers slash inside forwards. I like to leave everything else at default within the midfield, striker and defense position. I just like my wingers to cut inside and run in behind personally. So here's the squad. Let's get stuck into the career. So sorting by overall potential, we do have Morata out on loan. We've also got Bakayoko as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how our strikers go this season. We've got Michy Batshuayi, Giroud and Tammy Abrahams vying for the position. Zappacosta, Moses are out on loan. Now, we are allowed to sell players in this window, but to be perfectly honest, I don't plan on selling anyone unless the board goes over my head. So we've got a couple of big offers here for Ruben Loftus-Cheek along with Alonso. So welcome to the first match of the Chelsea Career Mode. We play Manchester United away at Old Trafford on ultimate difficulty. There's been some big transfers there. Marco Reus has joined Real Madrid. So the main objective of this series is to win as much pieces of major silverware as we can. I want to try and win the Premier League. If we don't win that, I want to try and win the Champions League or vice versa. I would like a good cup run in the FA Cup or Carabao Cup, but only time will tell. So let's get stuck into our first match on the realism mod for my first realistic career mode on FIFA 20. Okay guys, welcome to Old Trafford. Welcome to the Theatre of Dreams. We face Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United. In real life, Manchester United won a whopping 4-0 in this match, and I watched this match. This was a incredibly flattering scoreline for United, and I'm a Manchester United supporter, I'm not going to lie. At the end of the day, they did put 4 goals into the back of the net, but in that first half, Chelsea, it should have been 2-2. It should have been nearly 3-2 to Chelsea, to be honest. They hit the woodwork and the crossbar so many times, they just weren't clinical enough in the final third, while Manchester United was. There was very small differences. I think it was the worst 4-0 victory I've ever seen, even though it's my own team. So here is the squad. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. Martial Pogba up top. They've got Juan Mata on the right-hand side, which is interesting. David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Young, Fred, Matic, and then Rashford on the left, of course. Alright, let's get stuck into United. So we want to try and take as much points off the top 4 as quickly as possible, but already the ball retention and passing, oh, they've lost the ball there. United seems to be far superior on this mod. I'm sure you've seen this mod do the rounds on various other career mode YouTubers like Chani and Chesnoid, obviously. Matic there trying to break something through. Rashford. We're just trying to play on the break here, but Manchester United are really pushing us off the ball quite physically. I would say that's probably one of the weakest aspects we have of this Chelsea squad, but we do have a lot of good rotation. Hudson-Odoi off the bench, Giroud, Barkley, Kovacic as well. We've got a lot of good squad depth for career mode. Young trying to bring that one in. Tammy Abraham with an amazing interception. He's well over 6 foot there. It's Willian on the break. It's Willian to make it 1-0 just before the 14th minute there. Manchester United were unlucky to concede this early there. It's Tammy Abraham to create that attack there. A really fantastic interception, a nice 1-2 pass, and Willian has somehow snuck inside there, and the fullbacks came right out to meet him. Unfortunately, David De Gea was beaten at the far post there. First goal for Willian of the season. Come on, Chelsea. And the mighty Blues might concede here. The ball comes in, and oh, Abraham once again dropping back in support. It's Christian Pulisic, who had a very slow start to the Chelsea campaign in real life. Hopefully, us starting him pretty early on, he can come in fighting form. But Mason Mount has drawn a free kick there, 36 yards out in a dangerous part of the pitch. Mason Mount going over the top, trying to find Willian, finds the feet of the Swedish defender Victor Lindelof. Kante goes out to the wing. Mason Mount turns his man. Tammy Abraham goes for goal. Pulisic to Willian. Oh, he somehow retained possession. Aspilicueta cuts back and can't find a Chelsea player. Kante is somehow intercepted, but if in doubt, kick it out. Matic is bombed it their way. Kante gets tackled by Lindelof off the ball. So already just noticing this gameplay. This is my first match with Fiverr's realism mod. Defense, they're a lot tighter. They're a lot less sloppy in possession. Oh, Jorginho's come charging through there like a bull in a china shop. I'm surprised they gave that one away. Mount looking to open up the Red Devils' defense. It's a good ball over the top there. Pulisic, Ronaldo chops. Pulisic, he gets tackled in the box. It's Christian Pulisic to draw a penalty from Wan-Bissaka there in the second half now, just before the 62nd minute. We've been all over Manchester United like a red rash, like a blue rash, I guess, like blue cheese. I can't think of an analogy. So who is my best penalty kick taker? I know Jorginho's quite good, yeah, but who's my designated? It is Jorginho, 84. He's only sort of the formidable one. Abraham's up next, but we'll allow the Italian beast, the former Sarri man, to step up under Simpzy's reign and Frank Lampard short. Jorginho goes to the left, and David De Gea at full stretch with cat-like reflexes has saved a penalty there by Jorginho. Hopefully that's not a thing of future things to come, a bit of a bad omen there. Jorginho has missed a penalty to put Chelsea 2-0 up. Willian now trying to capitalise on that missed penalty. We really should be 2-0 up here at Old Trafford. The ball comes in. Rudiger puts it just over the bar. Such a close match, this. We started off well, but ironically, how I said Chelsea weren't clinical in real life, we're doing the same. Mason Mount, unfortunately, has picked up a bit of a niggle there. He could potentially have a serious injury. Abraham to Mount, and if Mount was fully fit, we would have been in there. It's time to make some substitutions here now. Mason Mount has picked up an injury. We're going to bring on Ross Barkley in the attacking midfield. We'll bring on Hudson-Odoi on the left, and we'll bring on Olivier Giroud up front. Fred breaking away here. Rudiger gets the tackle in. Pogba with the head. McTominay. Kepa holds on there. Kepa bombs this one out of danger. I'm happy with that. United maybe looking to make a substitute after hours. No, the triple threat has come on. 78 minutes. Come on, Chelsea. We can hold on to this marginal lead. Rashford looking to counter. Scott McTominay, McSaucy. Fred has been running the show here. Rashford on the left. Christensen comes out to contest. Christensen, it's a great ball in. United press. And Kante flicks it back. Let's create a counter-attack. Hudson-Odoi at the back post! Hudson-Odoi puts it into the back of the net. But it's offside. Fred comes off for United. Jesse Lingard comes on with 2 minutes to spare. And that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We have won here today at Old Trafford, the Theatre of Dreams. Chelsea win 1 goal. I thought we were sort of had a bit of a better role, to be perfectly honest. It was a very, very tight match. 4 shots to 2, 2 to 1. I don't know if that's entirely accurate, but Tammy Abraham puts an amazing effort here and really creates the one for Willian to get us the 3 points. We've beaten United here today. Come on, the Blues. Unfortunately, Mason Mount has been injured for 3 weeks, which is quite a big deal, because we've got the Super Cup, the Uefa Super Cup against Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, and then we have a Premier League fixture against Leicester. So we're going to rotate the squad. Hopefully we don't pick up too many injuries this season, but that's with the realism career mode as well. You do tend to pick up a lot more injuries. So Ross Barkley is going to be replacing Mason Mount. I wish Mason Mount was just slightly higher rated in FIFA 20, 76 to 80, comparing to Barkley. And in my opinion, Mason Mount is a far superior player. Lacazette has left Arsenal to join Juventus, and Modric has left Real Madrid to join Man City. And yes, your ears and eyes are not deceiving you. Juventus in FIFA 20, not Piemonte Calcio instead of that. So we've got the official license of Juventus. So if you face them in the Champions League, that'll be good. Okay, guys, welcome to the UEFA Super Cup. So pretty early on, a decent piece of silverware to pick up. Now, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool are far superior than us. Even if we did sign transfers, they'd probably be better. Liverpool is probably the best career mode team in my opinion. So I am sort of wary, seeing Manchester United gave us a bit of a struggle, and with the higher overall ratings of Jurgen and Liverpool's team, it's going to be a tough one here today to face them. So let's get stuck into them. So they're playing Firmino, Salamane. Man, we're playing Abraham, Pulisic, and Willian, Keita, Fabinho, because they're going to be trying to go for the league title. And I assure you that's been updated. Regani in the defence. It actually strengthened alongside Van Dijk. Robertson, Keita, Wijnaldum. Oh, they don't even have Henderson. Henderson on FIFA is probably the weakest link, but this is probably Liverpool's best squad. Liverpool from the get-go are just opening us up here, and I can't seem to contain them. Fabinho. Oh my god, Fabinho was nearly in there. Abraham trying to retain possession. Wijnaldum recycles. Kante trying to open up the Brazilian on the left. Abraham turns his man well. It's Ross Barkley to hit it low and hard past the Master Bucks. 1-0 just before the 17th minute there. It's Ross Barkley determined to contest that starting 11 role over Mason Mount, who's picked up that 3-week injury. Oh my God, this is exactly what you want. Tammy Abraham to hold up the ball, turn his man, hold down Van Dijk. Ross Barkley through the centre, goes up against a newly recruited and nervy Ragani from Juventus, who's recently signed. Ross Barkley scores his first goal of the UEFA Super Cup. What a goal, and what a claim he is staking to the squad. Okay, we've got the early goal here, and the pressure is all on Liverpool, trying to create a counter-attack here. Liverpool's attack fizzled out, and it's Chelsea on a massive counter-attack here. It's a 4v3, Willian to Jorginho. Tammy! Oh, how did that not go in? We should have scored from that. Firmino. Mane on the left. Mane is just burning that left-hand side. Mane against the UEFA Champions League winners has slipped through Firmino. That's world class from Firmino there. Didn't hit it hard, just cool, calm and collected. Stroked it into the back of the net with a nice little flick on there. It's 1-1 against Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. A good ball in from Mane there. And probably the weakest aspect of our team, maybe Kepa. If we had transfers, we might be able to replace him. But we've got to stick with him. Milner comes on, 1-1, and Liverpool, we haven't been clinical enough in my chances, and we're getting punished there. Mo Salah, how has he managed to get that ball through to Firmino? How has that ball gone to Mane? It's sticking like glue, the ball. Mane, Arnold, oh, Kepa spills it as well. Man, oh man. What? Roberto Firmino, Bobby Firmino makes it 2-1. What? Oh, that's an unbelievable header. It's the Brazilian Firmino to rise to the occasion there to make it 2-1 against Chelsea. Oh, that's so unlucky. And how has Kepa not saved that one? He's not the best header of the ball, but come on. Aspilicueta. Willian has just burned Andy Robertson. Willian puts it to Barkley, and Alisson comes out. It's time to make some substitutions. Let's bring on Giroud. Let's bring on Hudson-Odoi. And let's bring on Kovacic to replace Barkley. Willian to Giroud. Giroud gets... Oh, nearly... Oh, God, he nearly got cut down twice there. Willian from the corner kick now. It's Giroud! Oh, how does Firmino's header go in, but Giroud's doesn't? Giroud back again. Virgil, that's a bloody foul. Get out of here. Not a penalty. It's way too far outside the box. But that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We have lost by the smallest of margins here to Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool in the UEFA Super Cup. 2-1. And maybe, just maybe, through this realistic career mode, I've bitten off too much that I can chew. If we had maybe, I don't know, like an Edison Cavani or like an Icardi up front and a better quality goalkeeper, maybe that would have seen us through that match, but it's going to be tough playing with Frank Lampard's starting 11. Okay guys, welcome to the third match of today's video. We face Leicester at Stamford Bridge, our first match at home. Hopefully we can make Stamford Bridge a fortress as it was under the like of Jose Mourinho. We're coming off a 2-1 win over Man United, which is not too bad. 3 points against pretty top 4 rivals, I'd say, top 6, and a 2-1 loss to Liverpool in the UEFA Super Cup. In the Premier League, that wouldn't be too bad if that was like away at Anfield, but to pick up a piece of silverware, I really did need that. If we could pick up the UEFA Super Cup, obviously that would be sort of the, I don't know, fifth ranking trophy on my list. We want to go for the Premier League, we want to go for the Champions League, FA Cup and Carabao, but it would have been sweet to give the boys some early silverware. So we're facing Leicester here today. They're playing a 4-3-3, Tielemans, Mendy. They're not playing Jamie Vardy up front. Okay. Pereira, Schmeichel, Coates, former Liverpool, Ben Chilwell, Mendy. Dennis there, Gray, Mikel Antonio and Barnes. Okay, they've signed West Ham United's Mikel Antonio. Antonio on the ball. Oh, intercepted here. Let's create a counter-attack. Pulisic to Barkley. Mason Mount still injured. Maybe. I don't know. Going with Barkley, he scored the goal. But Mason Mount having him as a bit of a miss. Barkley at the back post couldn't get to the header. Now, Barkley's a pretty good career mode player. He's going to be a... Oh, it's spilling there. What was that? Was that a foul or was that a handball? It's going to VAR. Chilwell. Oh, it's hit his hand. And VAR has given a penalty to Chelsea for Ben Chilwell's handball in the box. Was that deliberate? Let me know in the comments. But Jorginho now has a chance to step up for his second penalty of the video. Can he make things right? Can Sarri's boy step up and score? He goes to the right at Stamford Bridge. It's Jorginho in central midfield to make it 1-0 against the Foxes, against the former Premier League champions a fair few years ago now. He couldn't convert against United, but Jorginho goes to the right there. He's not a bad penalty kick taker of the ball. Strikes it hard, cool, calm and collected, puts his laces through it. And we're 1-0 up against Brendan Rodgers, Leicester, the former Chelsea man himself. Well, assistant manager, rather. Rudiger creating another counter-attack. I really like to hit on the break in career mode. Lure the opposition into a false sense of security and overcommit. Willian. Barkley. How has he got that one through? It's Willian to chop. Willian goes for goal! And it's an absolute screamer there. Leicester City running us down there. It took an amazing piece of play. Barkley skipping away with an immaculate pass. Willian with the Ronaldo chop, puts it top bins, and this is the type of results these needs. We need to blow away teams that are trying to push into that top 6 that arguably are just in that 6 to 10 bracket where probably Leicester are in career mode. We're going to bring on Hudson-Odoi. He was good against the United match, but was quite quiet. And Giroud as well played quite well towards the end of the Super Cup, but didn't quite come through. And Kovacic has been quite silent throughout the series. Aspilicueta creating another counter-attack here for Chelsea. Giroud to Hudson-Odoi on the deck. It's Hudson-Odoi blistering away with pace. Hudson-Odoi goes for goal! Fires it straight at Kasper Schmeichel. And it just... trying to go near post OP. And that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We've beaten the Foxes here today 2-0. So a pretty decent episode results-wise. We beat United, we beat Leicester, but unfortunately we lost to Liverpool. Unfortunately, guys, it's time to end the video here. We've got some simulation matches to end things off, but let me know feedback and suggestions for the series thus far. We've got a simulation match away against Norwich. And yes, Spurs bought a brand new keeper in from Lille, which is interesting, for £60 million. And what's the result? 4-1 against Norwich. Timo Pukki picking up the goal. Tammy Abraham with 2. Willian Alonso as well. Alright, we've got another simulation match here as well. Sheffield Wednesday? Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield United. Sean Bean. I love myself a bit of Sheffield United. Right, we're facing them at Stamford Bridge. 2-0. Willian Abraham with Mason Mount back in the side now. And last but not least, we have another simulation match here against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So looking at the league table, we are currently still chasing Liverpool with 4 wins, no losses. Same with myself and of course Chelsea. Yeah, so Liverpool, Wolves, this is it for us. If we want to chase Liverpool, yep, and we're still contending. Kante, Abraham, Pedro picking up the goal. We have our opening Champions League match in the group stage against Valencia. They're playing a 4-2-2. Let's get stuck into Gary Neville's, yes, Gary Neville's former managerial side. Garay, Sola, Daniel Parejo, Gomez, Rodrigo, Jasper in goal. A cool career mode squad, Valencia. Alright, Jorginho scored a penalty in the last match. Abraham skies it there. Man, oh man, but seriously, some of you guys in the comments, and I think I have as well. Oh, maybe I've picked up a little bit more than what I can chew here with this realism mod. But Abraham, oh, you've got to be more clinical than that, mate. Giroud would have put that one away. It's Abraham, tries to drag it to the right. Oh, but it wasn't far enough there. Willian to Christensen. Alonso's going to try and win it back to Willian. Willian with the second attempt here now. Pulisic. Oh, Christensen. Mount back from his injury. That's a handball. Ha! Mount. Aspilicueta on the overlapping run. Abraham to Mount. Oh no! What a tackle there. So already sort of noticing Fiverr's realism mod. The tackling, the possession is far improved on Ultimate Difficulty. But Pulisic with his rapid pace. I think he snuck in here. It's Christian Pulisic! The American had a bit of a quiet start in real life to life at Stamford Bridge. But it's very much in the same boat as this career mode. He scored his first UEFA Champions League goal with an amazing attacking run. Oh, a nice ball over the top. We want to try hit on the break. We want to play high-octane attacking Gegenpressing football when we lose possession. But we do want to play on the counter as well. 1-0 to Chelsea. Guedes. Daniel Parejo comes charging fourth. Rodrigo holding up the ball there. Oh, Willian's intercepted here now, and we're on the break again. Kante has overlapped from midfield to Willian. Kante, no! Kante. He sometimes, like, you figure, like, Kante is like the perfect midfielder. He's such an amazing footballer. And when he adds, like, goal scoring to an already complete player, it's just magical. Hopefully it can be a lot more clinical for me in this Chelsea career. You just love it when he steps up and scores an absolute banger. He just looks hungry for it in this match. I don't know what the Valencia fullbacks are doing here, but we seem to be running in behind quite well. Willian couldn't curl it. How's it only 1-0? We're running away with this match. Abraham with a dodgy tackle. Oh my god, how's Kante won that? Back in possession. He's our best player, 89 rated. Oh, Mount. Jorginho. It's Mason Mount back from his injury. It's Mason Mount to make it 2-0 just before the 62nd. There was a little bit of controversy as Ross Barkley took up the mantle of attacking midfielder with his small minor 3-week injury. But it looks like Mason Mount has recovered. He's in fighting form. Alright, it's time to make some substitutions, guys. Let's bring on Giroud. Let's bring on Hudson-Odoi. And let's bring on Ross Barkley, because he's still carrying a little bit of a niggle. Guedes. Parejo. Rodrigo on the break here now. It's looking dangerous. I've chosen the back line of Christensen and Rudiger. I think that's my best. Oh my god, can Dogbeer with the header there. And I think Aspilicueta and Alonso are my best fullbacks. But without transfers, it's going to be a tough one. Willian at the back post. Kante! Man, oh man, we are flying away in the UEFA Champions League. Giroud A nice 1-2 pass. Can't get the second. Paulista goes for his head. Giroud back on the ball. Miraculously. Aspilicueta. Willian turns his man. Willian. Oh, should have gone for goal. That was woeful. And that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We've started off episode 2 of the Chelsea transfer ban career mode with a bang. 2-0 was the result in the UEFA Champions League group stage against Valencia. We now face Liverpool in the Prem. Okay, guys, welcome to the Premier League. After 5 games played, we draw with Liverpool. Aguero's the top goal scorer, followed by Mane. 5 wins to 5 Liverpool. Man City in 3rd, West Ham 4th, Wolves 5th, United sitting in 8th place, Spurs in 6th, Everton in 8th. This is probably what it's going to come down to, the cup final between us. Burnley, Sheffield United and Norwich in the relegation zone, while Arsenal sits in 10th. Going with the same 4-3-3 attack. We're coming off a 2-1 defeat to Liverpool on the fixture list. Let's hopefully change things up in the Prem. We are hosting them at Stamford Bridge. Hopefully we can make it a fortress like under the Mourinho era. But they have had additional transfers come in as well. I have turned like transfers on generally so other teams can make transfers, but for me personally, I don't want to make any. A player to remember there for me. So I wonder if they're going to change things up, tweak the squad. They're playing a 4-3-3, Milner in midfield, and Gomez. Wow, they actually have. They brought in Milner. And yeah, they've taken out Rogani for Joe Gomez, and they've taken out Keita for James Milner. Probably going to show up the midfield and weaken the defense, to be honest. Abraham puts a good ball over the top. Christian Pulisic scored in the Champions League by a similar delivery. The ball comes into Mount, trying to get the flick on. Mane. Man, he is just running the show there. Wijnaldum. How do we stop this? How did that not go in? Slightly over the bar. Man, it's such incredible, like, Gini Wijnaldum's trajectory. A player who threw the toys out the pram. What? Oh, at Newcastle, the point I was going to make. He's just been remoulded into a new man under Jurgen Klopp. But speaking of people being remoulded into a new man, oh, Mo Salah there. This is quintessential Jurgen Klopp attacking football. We're trying to play it out from the back to conserve possession, and Mo Salah has hunted us down at Stamford Bridge. He scored this before in Blues colours, and he's hit it with a miraculous strike outside the area. How can we contend with that? I don't know, man. To be honest, Kepa has been shocking in my FIFA 20 career mode. Has he been shocking in yours? Milner's going for goal now. Rudiger. Christensen. Oh, come on. They're just hunting us down, man. Oh, my God. Stick it in. Stick it into him. No, 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 no. Milner. Milner for the second there. Never talk shit about James Milner. Salah. Oh my God, how is he, like, that doesn't happen in normal career mode. What is this? Ultimate difficulty, Fiverr's career mode. His realism mod is nuts. Jorginho. Abraham. Trying to find Pulisic. We've actually been quite lucky to beat Alexander-Arnold there, overcommitting. Oh my God, how has Pulisic maintained possession there? It's Mason Mount! Ah! Oh. Come on, Chelsea. We're not down and out for the count just yet. Kante's opened up so much space there. He's found Mount to Abraham. Hits it first time! It's Tammy Abraham. You forget how lowly rated these guys are in FIFA 20. It's Tammy Abraham to link with Mason Mount, curling around Van Dijk, and hits it low and hard first time. powering away Joe Gomez. It's Tammy Abraham to be the #1 striker at Chelsea. 5 goals this season. Come on, the Blues. Come on, Chelsea. Oh my God, Andy Robertson has just done me there, and that's a great ball in. Mount, Pulisic. Let's create a counter-attack and push upon Chelsea's folly. Abraham to Willian. There's acres of space on the right. Robertson is exhausted. Willian beats him to Tammy. Tammy back to Mount. It's Mason Mount to make it 2-1 at the Bridge. Chelsea is back. Football is back, bitches. Mason Mount was so close to goal there that he managed to get a shot away. Kepa shat the bed and just got a small, minute glove to it. Oh my God, that is just come in there off the side netting. That goal is only by a bee's dick. That is so close there. And Liverpool go 2-1 down to a Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount link-up goal. His first goal in the Prem. He has scored on the European stage, of course. Wijnaldum. Come on, Chelsea. We just need to see this one out. Park that goddamn bus. Park that motherfucking bus. Park it. Mo Salah. Well, it's Mane, rather. Back to Mane. Oh, my God. Wijnaldum. Oh, no. He's got... This is written. Get it out! We've tackled him twice there, man. And it's Roberto Firmino. 2-2. We don't deserve to be down. I just feel like Liverpool's probably going to be the bogey side in this ultimate difficulty career, because the thing is, right, Liverpool have had such low chances in this match. You're giving them inch on ultimate difficulty, and with that added difficulty of the realism mod, they just capitalise 9 times out of 10. Alright, 2-2 at home. You want to pick up the win. You want to get the dub, but maybe we need to bring on Giroud and Barkley. Maybe even someone like Pedro. Clinically, he's quite good, but he's not the most fast player. Hudson-Odoi has the rapid pace, but he doesn't have the crossing in FIFA 20. So that's sort of my conundrum. We'll go with Hudson-Odoi just with the pace, because you never know, you might get lucky with a flick on. Firmino there, opening up. Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool are not down and out for the count. Yeah, they want to go for the title. They want to go for the Premier League. And these favourable balls just feel written, man. Mane, what is that? That's insane. I think that's it. I think the refs called it. Yep, that's it. She was all over Red Rover. The full-time whistle has blown. We've drawn against Liverpool here today, 2-2. We both sit on now after 6 games on 16 points. We are, if the thing is right, we're going to try and be competitive with Liverpool this season. We're going to try and hold them, but they are definitely the favourites for this career so far. In the last match, we managed to draw 2-2 over Liverpool in the Premier League. It's going to be quite close between myself, Liverpool, and Man City. Let me know in the comments who do you think is going to win it, because it's going to be so close on Fiverr's FIFA 20 PC Realism mod. It adds just such a harder level of difficulty, even with Ultimate. And with our transfer ban, we're not allowed to make transfers throughout the July and August transfer window. And January, we just have to play with Frank Lampard's squad. Let's get stuck into Man City. Kyle Walker, Stones, Laporte, Angelino. Okay. Casemiro they've signed from Real Madrid. What a formidable... And Allen from Napoli. Oh my God. Manchester City, if I do say so myself, are absolutely fucking stacked. Walker there on the overlap. Manchester City's best goalkeeper, or second best goalkeeper, because Bravo's fucking shocking. What? There's been a penalty given? Why? It's going to go to VAR. Oh, it's a handball? I think it might be a handball. Or a foul on Aguero. Anyway, Aguero steps up. Oh my days. Kepa saved that one. Oh my God. Aguero was looking for blood there. Away away for us at the Etihad. 0-0 so far. KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, with the delivery now. To Aguero! Oh my god, Laporte nearly scored that one. Jorginho to Abraham. A nice ball over the top. Willian goes for goal. Oh, Pulisic. Oh, goes for an absolute ranger, but it's well over the bar. 32 yards out now. Willian to Mount. Takes a heavy touch. Just trying to pressurise Edison. Chelsea trying to look on the break and counter attack. Oh, Tammy Abrahams has broken away from Stones here. Ah, he got caught. That's a shame. The ball's just bouncing around from midfield, and Casemiro has gobbled up possession. What? What is this ref? Has he been paid off by the citizens here? Alonso gets a yellow, but gives away a penalty as well. Oh, come off this, man. What was that for? Oh, I've tried to clear it. And it's tackled him. Aguero. Nah. I thought he was going to go for the left. Sergio Aguero finally converts that penalty kick from the spot. Manchester City, the blue side of Manchester, Pep Guardiola's boys make it 1-0, and it's a sensational strike. You can already tell, like, the additional, like, difficulty of finishing there for the AI is a lot harder. Willian now trying to find Tammy. Oh, here we go. We might be able to slip this one through here in the second half. It's Tammy! Oh, Kante. He's just not tall enough against Laporte. We've been unlucky here. We just haven't been clinical enough in the final third. Sterling gets a miraculous ball over the top. Christensen comes out to collect. I'll take that. Silva. My God. Casemiro with the bicycle kick. Rudiger. Willian. Abraham turns his man well. Mason Mount's got so much space here, but can't get the flick on. Allen, the former Napoli man, gets in. But what a rotational squad they have. What? Bernardo Silva makes it 2-0. The racist twat makes it 2-0 there just before the 60s. 7 goals. Are you kidding me? I'm just fucking furious, man. Manchester City is playing me off the park here. I don't know, man. Am I being too harsh on Kepa? Has he been shit this season or what? Right, it's time to make some substitutions. 2-0 down away. We've got to do better than that. Hudson-Odoi, Giroud, Barkley. Let's go. Alonso on a yellow. Has to be cautious when he pushes forward. Giroud, Barkley. Trying to... Oh, just goes for goal himself. I was trying to get it back to Giroud, but he was so closed down. Rodri, fresh off the bench. Unbelievable. They can just bring on a player like Rodri. It's a good strike there from Aguero. The ball comes in. Get it out! Yes, Jorginho. Good job. Silva. Sane, fresh off the bench now. Jorginho. Chelsea trying to create a counter-attack. They can't get it out of Man City's block, and it's Sane. 3-0. We have absolutely fucking capitulated here today against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Hopefully this is a blip. Hopefully this doesn't culminate in a defeat in the Premier League. But with this transfer ban, it's going to be tough. If we had just a couple more players to add rotation, like a top quality striker, a world-class striker, a world-class goalkeeper, and just maybe just a couple rotations on the wings and central midfield, we might be doing a lot better. But Manchester City have burned us here today. It could have been 4-0. Kepa saved the first one. Were those penalties really too harsh? If they aren't given, if they both or don't go in, does that change the momentum and the outcome of the match? Let me know in the comments. Alrighty guys, welcome to the second match. After 18 games played, Liverpool sit on top of 48 points, drawing with Man City. We currently sit in third on 46 points, so we're still only 2 points away from the pack. Spurs in 4th, United 5th, West Ham 6th, Wolves 7th, Leicester 8th. Arsenal are still not in that top 8. They are really missing Lacazette leaving to Juventus. So we go away here today against Pochettino's Tottenham Hotspur, Sheffield United, Aston Villa in the relegation scrap. Arsenal sitting in 9th. Even with this realism mod, it looks realistic that Liverpool, Man City are really chasing the pack as well. They're really going away here. Obviously, I'm sort of an outlier coming in third for Chelsea. But it's kind of realistic, only 2 points behind. Okay, guys, welcome to Spurs' new stadium. We're facing Pochettino's Tottenham Hotspur. Hopefully, we can sort of capitalise on the squad discontent within it. And sort of push on. But Spurs have been alright this season. They've added a fair few new signings to the club. A brand new spanking goalkeeper. We go facing the way. But this, in my opinion, and what I've heard from Chelsea fans, this is the biggest rivalry on the calendar season. Spurs versus Chelsea. Kane, Son, Eriksen, and Ndombele, Ali in the midfield. Who are they playing in goal? They are playing Lloris. Hines. Right back, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Davies, Ndombele, Lo Celso, Ali, Eriksen, Son, and Kane. A very strong Chelsea squad, except for the right back position. Abraham has sent an absolute bullet over the top there to Willian. Willian to Aspilicueta. Jorginho, Kante. We are in December now. We're getting to the January transfer window. And Tammy Abraham has turned his man. Chat shit get banged. 1-0 very early on. We start off the scoring with intensity. Tammy Abraham turns his man, puts his laces through it, hits it sweet as a nut. It's Tammy Abraham here. Kante turns his man, and Tammy absolutely burns the aging Vertonghen there to score his 14th goal of the Premier League. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, the Blues. Davies, the ball comes in and Kepa receives. Look, Kepa, I want you to keep a clean sheet in this match. If not, I'm going to be fucking furious. Willian now. Oh my god, he's got so much space here. Willian, Ronaldo chops, unsafe. Nah, I've done too much there. I've done way too much there. Unselfishly doesn't go for goal, but sometimes you just got to strike it when you're going to get closed down in those close, tight-knit positions. That's a good ball over the top to Heung-min. It's Heung-min Son to find Kane. Oh my god. Harry Kane there, looking for a goal. Such a venomous strike. Lo Celso. Obviously, he does have teething problems in real life, getting accustomed to the new league, but that doesn't happen in career mode. It's just go, 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 gadget from the get-go. Eriksen. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely fucking kidding me? What is this, man? How is Harry Kane being allowed to score a bicycle kick in the second half? That is absolutely shameful. That is a shameful display there by Kepa. And he's hit the post as well. Oh my god. This realism mod is going to be the death of me. Is this the hardest career mode I have played? Just with ultimate difficulty added with the compounded realism mod. This is just insane. Harry Kane on vanilla default FIFA 20 wouldn't score that type of goal. 1-1 against Spurs. Fuck! Mount. Abraham. Willian. Cuts back. Come on. Be cool, calm and collected. Go for goal. Oh my god, I thought that went in. Lo Celso. Spurs. Cruising for a bruising. Beats Dele Alli. Harry Kane is going to fucking smash me here. Yep, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Why, man? Do we have to drop Kepa for, like, Willy Caballero? Dude, that shit is written. Look at this. Just Kane, boom. That's like near post as well. You've got to be saving that. 14 goals this season. Ah, fuck off, Kane. You'll see just like my opinions divide in class with him in like my United career. Oh, Tammy off the post. Oh, crossbar rather. Oh my God, what are these balls here now? Mount. Abraham. Come on, Willian. Please, Willian. Yes, Willian. Abraham, please. Oh my God. Oh. Is it me? Or are my players letting me down? Oh. Simpzy only can play with real players. High-rated players. Shut up, people! Oh my God. Oh my God. This shit is fucking written, man. Oh my God. Some career mode YouTubers would restart the episode and scrap those games. Not like me. These are absolutely fucking hilarious. The ball comes in. The clearance is shit. Heung-min Son gives it to a Harry Kane hat-trick. How the hell are we going to come back from this one, boys? 3-1. Harry Kane gets a hat-trick. In today's episode, we've conceded 6 goals. The thing is, right, it's going to be so competitive this season. It's going to go to 100 points. Because I've seen in other people's career modes that he gets pushed to the limit in this mod. It is eerily similar to real life, score-wise. They've fixed the starting 11 bug. They've fixed the league table. But man, oh man, have we already lost the Premier League? Is it too far gone? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But we're going to try and pick up a major piece of silverware. If we don't win the Premier League or the Champions League this season, I'll consider this a failure. I want to try and win the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup as a consolation, along with the UEFA Super Cup, which we lost. But man, oh man, guys, it's been a tough episode here today. I'm telling you, I need a beer. If you don't, we're coming off an embarrassing episode in the last match. We managed to lose against Manchester City, along with Spurs, our arch rivals, our arch nemesis. Kepa has had a poor season so far, and now that we're banned from having transfers, we've really got to try and redeem ourselves here today in this career. So, we face Arsenal. They've had a bit of a controversial season, Arsenal, because they sold Lacazette to Juventus, and unfortunately, Leno has picked up an injury. So, Martinez will be playing in this match here today. We're playing on Fiverr's Realism mod, of course. I'm sure you've seen it from like other career mode content creators. Tammy nearly goes for goal there. So, we've got an added difficulty along with ultimate difficulty, of course. Tammy Abraham just over the bar there. So we're facing Arsenal at the Emirates. Hopefully we can pick up a good away win in this London derby. The Premier League, I think, is still to play for, but we need to start capitalising on some points. Mount gets the shot away there, but it gets closed down quite quickly. Come on, the Blues. This is a golden opportunity here today. We're facing a weakened Arsenal. Oh my God, Milton-Niles there doing me. Christensen, Jorginho, trying to build something up from the back. Arsenal haven't really committed or thrown players forward here, but Kante's been slipped through. It's N'Golo Kante to start things off just before the 42nd minute there. It's the little man himself, Kante, oozing with confidence going forward. He can box the world. Makes it 1-0 there. Going to the camera, Mason Mount turns his man, and N'Golo Kante scores his 3rd goal of the Premier League. Come on, Chelsea. We're 1-0 up against Arsenal. Why are they trying to build it out from the back there? David Luiz and Socrates. Ceballos there, playing attacking midfield. Ozil, Kolasinac there. Trying to close down Arsenal, but they're doing me on the flanks here. Danny Ceballos. Kante gets it out. Come on, Chelsea. Let's create a counter-attack. Let's go, 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 Gadget. Tammy Abraham over the top. Willian collects. Kolasinac tackles. Socrates, if in doubt, bombs it the hell out. Alright. It's time to make some substitutions. Let's go with the triple threat. Let's bring Giroud. It'd be ironic if he scores against his former squad. And let's bring on Hudson-Odoi as well, along with Ross Barkley. 1-0 up. Hudson-Odoi has been incredibly quiet in this career series, four episodes in. It's just due to his rating. Some of these Chelsea players should be higher rated in my opinion, but so be it. Oh my god, Ozil with the flying header. And Kante's got that one out. A nice little flick on here, and this is where we go. Alonso on the overlapping run. Alonso pressuring forward against Bellerin. Giroud couldn't get the flick on at the Emirates. He scored so many fantastic goals there. Giroud goes for goal! It's Giroud to celebrate in front of the Arsenal fans there just before the 85th minute there. Come on, Chelsea! Fuck yes, we needed that. We needed that so much after losing to Spurs and Man City. It's Giroud to continue to press and go forward. But without Lacazette joining Juventus, without an injured Leno, would we be so convincing in front of goal here today? And Unai Emery is absolutely furious. I think they've had a bit of a dodgy run because obviously they fixed the starting 11 bug. And, of course, the ladder. But Arsenal have sometimes happens in career mode. Just having a bit of a shit season. Giroud. Oh, my God. Barkley looking over the top. But that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We've started off this episode with a bang. 2-0 against Arsenal. Claiming the 3 points away, importantly, at the Emirates. Good on you, Chelsea. Good on you, boys. Alrighty guys, the January transfer window after that match against Arsenal has now slammed shut. So obviously we haven't signed any players this season, and we've actually let nobody go either. So we're facing United here today. Liverpool lead on 67 points. We're just behind them in second with 65. Man City third, Spurs fourth. It's going to be an absolute dog race towards the end. Who's going to make that top four? Man United in 5th, West Ham 6th, Wolves 7th, Leicester City sitting in 8th. Man City, Chelsea and Liverpool all trying to contest the Premier League. I think United are just out of that bracket. I don't think mathematically they can win it. Now, unfortunately, we have had a injury here to Azpilicueta, so we are going to have to rotate our squad slightly. Now, we do have a right back here that we can bring on, who we haven't played much this season. It's Reece James. In real life, centre-back wise as well, Rudiger had that injury, Zuma's not overly favoured, and they do play Tomori a lot more. But unfortunately in career mode, he's just not that highly rated to contend with Rudiger and Christensen. But unfortunately, we've lost a massive player in Azpilicueta. So we're going to have to bring on Reece James. He is going to be my main 76 rated right back. He's quick, he's energetic, he's young and hungry, and that's what we want from our Chelsea squad. But hopefully that injury isn't too bad, but he's out for a while, Azpilicueta. So they're rotating the squad somewhat. United, bringing in Reece James, Lingard. Alright, they're rotating. Now, we managed to beat them by the smallest of margins at Old Trafford. 1-0. They've got a good record at Stamford Bridge, but they will be looking for blood in this one. Rashford pushing forward, puts the ball into Kepa. He's been so inconsistent this season. I just don't trust him. Jorginho now, looking for Willian. Nearly got closed down here. Willian, oh my god. Absolutely burns Ashley Young's breakfast. And Christian Pulisic is away here. Ronaldo chops, goes for goal. Abraham! Oh! Chat should get banged. 1-0 there. Tammy Abraham oozing with confidence going forward. Him and Pulisic and my front forward line are just on the same similar wavelength. What an amazing piece of play by Chelsea there. Starting from the right, quickly flicking it to the left. Pulisic gets closed down quickly, goes to goal. There's a massive rebound, and Tammy Abraham picks up his 16th goal of the season. Wan-Bissaka now to Lingard on the left. Alonso comes out. Can't quite tackle Lingard. You got to watch out for him because he scores bangers in the weirdest of games. And it'd be just typical if he does it. How is Danny James just out-contended Jorginho there? Tammy Abraham trying to turn his man but goes straight into Slabhead. United still pressuring here. It's Fred at the back post. Oh my god, we just got sweaty gold. Fred makes it 1-1 just before the 57th there. It's good that Fred's got a game face now. I've got to give that to him. But Fred at the back post there scores his first goal of the season. Fucking typical. Fucking typical. 1-1. We've been the better side here to get today against United. We need to go on and win. Willian, Mount, over the top. Pulisic. This is such a close Premier League race as well. Pulisic! You can't beat David De Gea from that range. Pogba. Blistering away. Lingard. It's offside. That's good. James comes off. And it gives us a bit of a breathing room and a moment to do our own substitutions. Giroud, Barkley, Hudson-Odoi coming off the bench. Wan-Bissaka gets tackled there. United looking for a late winner. Rashford to Pogba. Pogba flicks it up in the box! I'm just gobsmacked, man, because some of these goals that are being scored on this mod, on this Ultimate Difficulty Career, are just nuts. Like, it kind of reminds me, obviously, like just like the keepy uppies in the box reminds me of that Bournemouth goal that was scored against United. But you can't allow Paul Pogba to cruise into the box, have enough time to scoop up the motherfucking ball, and then go for it and do such a poor celebration there. United 2-1 up. Score to the dying embers of the match. Now, it's absolute snatch and grab here by United. They've been piss poor here today, but they've claimed the 3 points. Typical. I don't even know what to say. So we're coming up against PSG. We've had a bit of a rocky road to the career mode in the last couple of episodes. With this realism mod, it's added just that bit more of an added difficulty on Ultimate. And also, due to the fact we're under a transfer embargo. For example, Kepa has had a shocking season so far. We were better off to bring in someone maybe like Courtois back or like an Oblak in, a professional world-class striker, and maybe some rotations on the wings and maybe an additional midfielder would really just strengthen our Premier League and domestic cups and UEFA Champions League push. But we've made it to the round of 16 against PSG. They've gone down and bought Navas. He could have even been a better player than Kepa, to be perfectly honest. But we're coming up against PSG. They've got the likes of Mbappe and Neymar up front. It's all to play for in the Champions League. And Herrera, the former United man, finds Kylian Mbappe. Who would have thought that? Mbappe to Bernat. Bernat finds Neymar. A good tackle in. Jorginho can't get it out. Draxler at the edge of the area. Puts it wide to the right. 14 minutes in. PSG look keen. Pulisic turns his man. Pulisic. Oh my god, trying to find some space. Gets a nice direct shot there on Navas. James coming in for an injured Aspilicueta. That's a massive blow for us, having fullback consistency and solidity of a senior pro. Reece James has come in. He's quite quick on the ball, so we've got that going for him, but we nearly snuck that one in there with Willian. From the corner kick here now, Willian whips it into the box, trying to find Rudiger. Tammy wins the header, but it goes over the bar. Still 0-0 against PSG just before the 64th. Draxler to Mbappe now. Kylian goes for goal, hits it low and hard, and we're 1-0 down against PSG. We've had a very difficult season in the piss-pouring rain in Paris. We've brought the English weather with us from London. Kylian does my defence and hammers it into the bottom left. PSG, Paris Saint-Germain are 1 goal up at home, scoring his 5th goal of the season. Mbappe. Alright, it's time to make some substitutions here now because my team is exhausted. The thing is, right, the overall rating of our players in career mode do not accurately reflect the ability and rating of this Chelsea squad in real life. It's far better. The rain has subsided for now, and maybe Chelsea will be lucky here in the second half. Barkley. Hudson-Odoi. It's crucial to pick up that away goal if you can do it. Hudson-Odoi presses forward and can't get that late consolation goal. And that's it. The full-time whistle is blown. We've gone away to Paris and we have lost. Is this career mode all done and dusted? Will Simpzy be getting sacked in the morning? So in the Premier League, it's still very much competitive. We're only 7 points behind Liverpool there. We've also got Man City in second. We're in third. Spurs fourth. We need to pick up a win here today if you want to try and close the gap on Man City. But we need to win a major piece of silverware this season. I might need to put all my eggs into the Premier League basket. Or maybe the Champions League. Maybe the Premier League is too gone for now. Maybe I just need to focus on it. Let me know in the comment section down below. But this realism mod is one of the hardest career modes I've played. Along with the additional transfer ban, we can't rely on new signings as well. The other teams have continually strengthened, as we have not. Kyle Walker-Peters is back into the squad. Sanchez is playing for Spurs. Sissoko's coming on as well. Lo Celso and Kane in the starting 11. Harry Kane scored a hat-trick against me in the last episode. Willian Eriksen goes for goal. Had a little bit of space. I don't mind him trying to pressurise that. Ben Davies to Kane. A nice 1-2 pass with the overlapping run of the fullback. Reece James, inexperienced, trying to close him down. I don't mind that. Dele Alli gets the shot straight at Kepa. You shouldn't be doing that. Eriksen finds Ndombele. Harry Kane puts it into the back of the net. But fortunately enough for me, the eagle eyes of VAR chalk it off correctly for offside. Eriksen, Lo Celso, back to Kane, looking for the second. Eriksen gets the goal there on the stroke of half-time, and it's been chalked off for VAR, thank God. 0-0 still. Spurs, you could argue, have been robbed. They have been more clinical. They've put the ball into the back of the net, even though it's offside. Mason Mount here, determined to get his name on the score sheet. Mason Mount just goes for goal! Turns around Hugo Lloris. It's 1-0 for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge just before the 67th. Spurs were running away with the points away at Stamford Bridge. It looked like it was going to be 2 defeats on the fixture list to Spurs, but Mason Mount there comes up trumps with his 2nd goal of the season. Christensen. James, a nice little dodge there, and flair play by Jorginho. Mount, trying to get his 2nd. Abraham, Mount, back to Tammy. Tammy turns his man. Tammy Abraham goes for goal, and it's the Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham show. We're 2-0 up against Pochettino's Tottenham Hotspur after having the morale zapped out of them by VAR. Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount link up, ooze with confidence going forward. Tammy Abraham has scored a massive 17 goals this season. And that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We still have some Premier League title hopes. We're going to make top 4. We're probably going to make Champions League football, but that's not what this career series is about. We want to try and win the Premier League or the UEFA Champions League. I only see the FA Cup or Carabao Cup or UEFA Super League as a consolation piece of silverware. We need to win a major piece of silverware, and this is make or break. This is the defining episode for the season. Here today we have the second leg in the Uefa Champions League round of 16. If we don't beat PSG here today, we will be knocked out. We're 1-0 down on aggregate. Then we face Liverpool in the Premier League. If we don't beat them here today, we could potentially lose the Premier League. If it's a draw, we'd have to heavily rely on their other results, but it's not looking good. Like I said, it's make or break. We've only lost 3 games this season and drawn 4, and we could lose the Premier League still after losing against like United and Spurs and Man City. So we're coming up against PSG here today. We start off the goal scoring incredibly well, incredibly early on. It's Tammy Abraham, our main man. With this realism mod and ultimate difficulty, every single player is scoring a lot more. Tammy Abraham has scored, I don't know, he scored about 20 goals in the Premier League, of course, and now he's gone and picked up his 8th UEFA Champions League goal. We went 1-0 down for a Kylian Mbappe goal away. We couldn't pick up the away goal, unfortunately, so it's all to play for at Stamford Bridge here today. Tammy Abraham comes up trumps. 2-1 within 10. A great ball in from Willian, and will we be able to throw all our eggs into the UEFA Champions League basket, or will this career series undo me? It's my hardest career mode I've played yet on ultimate difficulty, and it's just with an added difficulty of the mod as well. And with the Chelsea transfer ban challenge, we're not allowed to bring in any players. It just adds that further difficulty as well. Willian absolutely running torment on the right-hand side. We have been a little bit unlucky with players. Mason Mount got pretty injured pretty early on in the season, and we still don't have Aspilicueta back. He looks like he's probably going to be out for the remaining of the season. Reece James has had to play towards the tail end. The other teams have strengthened well, and we've had some bad injuries here and there. Tammy Abraham has started off with a brace, but PSG still don't look down and out for the count. If they pick up an away goal here, that's all they need. So we need to beat them convincingly and try not let them score. Verratti puts it at the back post. Kepa has had a shocking season this year, but he has managed to keep us in there by the smallest of margins. Thomas Meunier throws it in to Draxler. At the back post, Neymar wins the header, and we need to create a counter-attack here for the Blues. Mason Mount sees the run of Tammy Abraham. He's on an hat-trick here. Abraham cuts back to find Mason Mount against Navas, and it just goes wide to the left. 2-0 up against PSG. They just need that one away goal, and they will go through an aggregate. Kylian Mbappe gets the first shot on Kepa, and he concedes the second with the follow-up. Sloppy. Absolute shameful display there by Kepa. Should have saved the second one. Kylian Mbappe scores his second goal over the 2 legs. It's currently a 2-2 draw. If we don't score, PSG will go through to the next knockout round. Willian whips it into Pulisic, and it just goes wide to the right. Reece James trying to keep that one in. It goes out, fortunately. Willian, Jorginho, Mount, Abraham gets the shot on target. Mount, Pulisic. Willian in the box, holding possession well. Mount still holding on possession. We can't give it away sloppily. It's Pulisic for the poor shot. 2-2 on aggregate, 2-1 up for the match. We need to make some substitutions. Let's bring on Ross Barkley. Actually, Kovacic, because he's got a bit more stamina. Pedro and Hudson-Odoi. Abraham has slipped through. Hudson-Odoi. He hasn't been good this season. He's got a penalty here. Hudson-Odoi with his rapid, high-octane pace on the left-hand side. Goes past Thomas Meunier, and it's a red. Look, if you're given a penalty, I think it's a bit harsh if you give a red card as well. Jorginho, who has scored and missed a penalty this season, he's going to step up. Can he clutch it for the Blues? Can he clutch it for Chelsea? We've been gifted an absolute godsend, and Jorginho steps up. The sorry man is officially here today. A Simpzy man through and through. Jorginho, cool, calm and collected, steps up and hammers it past Keylor Navas, which also added a further difficulty to this career. They've brought in Real Madrid's second choice goalkeeper. 2-1 or 3-1 is the scoreline now. 3-2 on aggregate. And that's it. We've done enough here today to beat PSG. And will we be able to go and do it? Will we be able to win the UEFA Champions League? Chelsea are formidable on the European stage. We might need to throw all our eggs into the Chelsea basket. Guys, this is make or break. We sit on 90 points, while Liverpool sit on 95. Man City third, United fourth. That's probably how the top four is going to shape up. Spurs are in 5th, West Ham 6th, Wolves 7th, Leicester 8th. We're 5 points behind Liverpool. They're undefeated with 30 wins. We're on 29. Southampton, Burnley and Sheffield United could get relegated. We need to beat Liverpool here today. They have scored 30 more goals than us on aggregate. And coming up, we have, 3 more fixtures in the Premier League. This is match day 35. So let's get stuck into Liverpool here today. Away at Anfield as well. It's going to be a tough one. Liverpool have probably been our biggest bogey side this season. We lost 2-1 in the Uefa Super Cup. We did manage to draw against them 2-2 earlier in the league. But we need the 3 points here today. However, they have been absolutely incredible in Fiverr's realism mod this time. It's kind of realistic. Liverpool are an amazing squad. They're a far superior team than mine without transfers. But we need the 3 points here today. We can work it with a loss, but it only depends if they sort of throw the match away. Throw those other matches. And this one, I guess. So we're coming up against Liverpool. They've got Nathaniel Klein. They've also strengthened their defence again. They've brought in Rogani, and they've brought in another centre-back as well. They've got Divock Origi leading the line. I think Firmino might have a small injury. But having Azpilicueta out really weakens our right-hand side of the pitch. Reece James comes out there, and Liverpool get the first attack on. Andy Robertson nearly converts. Reece James, he's got the pace on him, but tactically and defensively, he does come up short there and allows Divock Origi to get a dangerous shot there off at Kepa. Centralises it as well back to Mane. A nice 1-2 pass. Robertson at the edge of the area goes for goal slightly over the bar. Alonso on the left finds Pulisic sneaking in. It's Christian Pulisic. Couldn't get the follow-up header. Nathaniel Klein tracks back well. From the corner kick here now, Willian whips it into the box to Rogani. The header wasn't good enough. Liverpool trying to create something on the break. And once again, Reece James, 76 rated, is massively out of position. Rogani has to follow it up. Mane takes on 2 and gets the shot away uncontested at Kepa. Trying to bring it out from the back. Fires it at Fabinho's feet. And Salah nearly gets the goal there trying to convert. It's still 0-0. Either side could realistically go through and win this one. It's been close into the second half here now. Reece James cuts back. Jorginho. Abraham. Can he go for goal? We've had a historic comeback in the Champions League against PSG. Can we now do the same in the Prem? Or is it too late? The thing is, realistically, it's like a cup final between Liverpool and Man City. Abraham goes for goal. He would have scored that if that wasn't a 90 rated Alisson in goal. Starting to make some substitutions. But we've only lost 3 matches, drawn 4. We've got 1 less win than Liverpool this year. They've got 30. We have 29, but it's just so close, so competitive, especially without transfers. To be honest, we could come second on 100 points realistically this season. Hudson-Odoi, the man who drew the penalty, if he just had a couple more finishing attributes, he would be an amazing player on career mode. Did a little bit too much there. Trying to play it out from the back. And that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. Liverpool pick up a draw along with myself. We share the points. Now it's all up to now Liverpool in the last 2 matches of the season. Have Liverpool done enough to secure the league title? We play Watford here now. 96-91. So they have to throw away and lose those last 2 points. I don't like our chances. So we managed to beat Watford there. We have the last match of the season against Wolves, but she's all over Red Rover. Regardless of the victory here, Liverpool have been crowned championes of England. And now we leave it all to the UEFA Champions League final. On 102 points, Liverpool are crowned champions with 32 wins, 6 draws and 0 losses. How crazy is that? United sneak into the top 4 over Man City. Burnley, Sheffield and Southampton get relegated to the Championship. Aston Villa survive the drop. Liverpool, Chelsea, City 3rd, United 4th, Spurs in 5th. We got knocked out of the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, unfortunately. So, to save this series, we've got one more episode left. We have the UEFA Champions League final against Real Madrid. We face Eden Hazard, our former player. We managed to progress through the quarters and the semis, but we face Los Blancos in the final. Here today, we have the defining moment of the series. Will this series be a failure, in my opinion, or can we salvage some face here today? We lost the Premier League to Liverpool on Ultimate Difficulty with the Realism mod. They absolutely stormed away undefeated. We got thrown out of the FA Cup. We got thrown out of the Carabao Cup. However, we have a godsend. We've made it all the way to the UEFA Champions League final at San Siro against Real Madrid. It's make or break here today. I attribute my drop in success due to my transfers, and I've had none. That's why the other teams have strengthened around me while I've not been able to. I've had some unlucky injuries, Mason Mount very early on, and towards the tail end of the season, we lost Aspilicueta, my best fullback. Fortunately enough, here today he's back. Reece James is not playing. Real Madrid have lost Casemiro. However, they've gone out and splashed the cash on a lot of players. They've brought in Marco Reus. They've brought in Kai Havertz. And we're also facing our former player, Eden Hazard. Let's get stuck in. This is make or break, guys. We need to win here today to hit one of our major piece of silverware objectives. But Mendy is playing for them because Marcelo left, I believe. Bale, Alonso gobbles that one up. The Blues, Chelsea trying to hit Los Blancos on the break. A neutral country and a neutral stadium, San Siro. Mason Mount is blitzkrieging away from Isco there. At the back post, Willian, and it's Mendy to get it clear. Man, this is such a tough match. In the second half now, Kai Havertz comes off with a rotation. Alonso fires it to Willian. We're just going route one at the moment. And we're facing Courtois, our former player, as Navas joined PSG. Pulisic cuts back comfortably. Pulisic finds Tami. Abraham goes for goal, firing at Courtois. We look the sort of more dominant in the match, but it's offside. Pulisic puts it into the back of the net. It was a sloppy piece of play from Madrid. We need to expose that left-back position. It's time to make some substitutions here now. 72 minutes have been played. Either side can go on and win it. We're going to bring on Hudson-Odoi. We're going to be bringing on Kovacic and Pedro. Thomas Muller, the former Bayern man, comes on for Real Madrid. Hudson-Odoi here now to Tommy! Sticks his foot onto it, but it wasn't to be. 80 minutes have been played here now. Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi cuts back. Finds Kovacic. Not good enough header. 85 minutes have been played. Eden Hazard comfortably finds Danny Carvajal. In the dying embers on the match, it's snatch and grab from Madrid. Trying to get to Jovic. Aspilicueta. Jorginho turns his man. Kovacic to Tammy at the edge of the area. Has somehow put it wide of the post. Tammy. Abraham looking for Hudson-Odoi. Man, if my players were just a little bit highly rated, we would have converted so many more goals this season. Tammy to Kovacic on the head. Kante. Oh. Even Real Madrid have strengthened well. In extra time now, 108 minutes have been played. Hudson-Odoi pulling 2 Madrid players away. Kante to Abraham. Abraham back to Kovacic. Pedro to turn his man! And the former Catalan Barcelona player has drawn the first real chance of this match. 111 minutes in, Pedro felt the back of Varane coming in and chopping him. And it's got to be the one and only Jorginho to step up. Out of 3 penalties this season, he's converted 2. Can he convert 3 out of 4 in the Uefa Champions League final? Or will it go to a penalty shootout? Jorginho steps up to put Chelsea in front, potentially. I've got to get this inch perfect. I've got to get it right! Oh, thank the FIFA gods. It's Jorginho. I used to call him Sarri's man. He is now officially Simpzy's man. True and true. Thumping the chest there. Jorginho makes it 1-0 against the Galacticos Real Madrid. And is that enough? 2 UEFA Champions League goals. Kovacic, Jorginho, Abraham to Jorginho. Kovacic for goal! Jorginho, oh my god. But that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. We have beaten Real Madrid in extra time. And we have won the UEFA Champions League final. I don't know, historically on points, was that the highest culmination of points by Chelsea? 97 points. And still lost the league to a dominant Liverpool. But unfortunately, guys, it's time to end Season 1 of the Chelsea Career Mode here. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see Season 2, or potentially should we move on to another club. Man, this realism mod put me through the ringer, especially on ultimate difficulty. I can't recommend it enough. If you have FIFA on PC, download Fiverr's realism mod. We lost 3 games and drew 4, and we still lost the league on 97 points. Man, oh man, Liverpool was so dominant this season. So if I do Season 2, we'll have the Chelsea transfer ban lifted, and we could potentially push for the Premier League, go on an FA Cup or Carabao Cup run, try and win the UEFA Super Cup. Let me know in the comment section down below if that's something you'd like to see. The other teams will still have a season of transfers on me, so we've really got to make our signings count if we do Season 2, or should I move on to something else? Tammy Abraham scored 32 goals this season, which is absolutely nuts. I can't thank him more than that. Also, my players have gone up overall as well. And here are my career stats as well. Biggest win, Southampton. Biggest loss, 3-0 against Liverpool. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're not enjoying the series, feel free to leave a dislike. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box these days. To get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click subscribe, of course, and the bell to join the notification squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. If you guys want want to get yourself some cheap and reliable games, maybe some PSN and Xbox codes to buy packs for Ultimate Team, or maybe just some games, I really recommend checking out my affiliation link, G2A. There's some really good prices, so even just going looking around, to be honest. Anyway, the Patreon Steam group there as well. Come and join the community on Steam. My name has been Simpzy. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Mahrez whips it into the box. Royce! That is just ridiculous. With the layup, Marco Royce